Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whenever you might be listening to this. This is the BuzzPucks Podcast.
Stanley Cup Finals.
Stanley
Blah,
Cup
blah.
Finals. Oh. I'm Bert,
I'm Clay.
and we are here to cover the first three games of the Stanley Cup Final. Very exciting games. But honestly,
And
we're also here to
did we think
cover. Go ahead.
did we think these finals were going to be boring?
I mean,
Kinda. Have they been?
boring as
No.
in like defensive, I think is what we thought.
Yes.
They have not
Low
been that
scoring.
either way.
No. No.
Uh, man, these games have
These
been
have
really
been
fun. Yeah.
so much fun, and also viewers. We're hitting the numbers that they did in 2015. So all of this,
Ooh,
all of this
nice.
is like, oh, no one's gonna watch this finals.
That was just Cope from
That
from
that was
teams that
cool.
were mad.
The high hockey markets,
Yeah,
or traditional hockey markets, but
I don't know, man. I mean, at this point, I would call Carolina has been doing pretty good, um,
for a while now.
attendance wise for a while now. Since they became good,
Yeah.
this time around, their attendance has been pretty good. I'm pretty sure the Knights' attendance is pretty good too. Because like
Yes, they've always
you're
been
also
good.
grabbing the tourists in Vegas, because
Hmm.
like be like, oh yeah, I'll go to a hockey game tonight while I'm already drunk.
And also hate watching Vegas.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, so
But even you know what? Even more so than these games is the fucking insane news that we have to
the
talk about
news
this week.
that dropped this week and just the kind
Just
of
the last like
bombshells that
few
happened.
days has been
Whew. Oh
absolutely
man.
crazy.
Um
We have
before we
go ahead.
before we talk about that, we're gonna talk about the games first,
Yeah,
but we gotta talk about what we're drinking.
attaboy. I am drinking from B Sharp Brewing. It's called just American Stout from B
Oh,
Sharp Brewing.
perfect. I am drinking Ellicottville Brewing Company out of the Southern Tier, New York. Their Mow Master Indian Pale Ale, and I did mow my lawn today.
There you go. This is B Sharp Brewing out of Windsor, Connecticut.
Hmm.
That just shot all over me. Oh well.
Oh, there we go. Someone has a drinking problem.
No, I got it under control. And you know, like most of the time, if you crack the can open and it shoots on you, it's like no
Everywhere.
big
Yeah.
deal because beer is like
This is a
clear and
stout.
yellow. This is stout and pretty dark brown, so I really hope I didn't get that on any of my clothes.
Oh, Ellicottville's like strawberry shortcake beer is back too.
Oh, that
I saw
sounds
that.
delicious.
Oh, it is delicious. But
Okay.
like the strawberry shortcake ice cream specifically.
Oh, like the pops, like
Yeah,
the
like the sticks.
they're not pops. Yeah. We're talking about
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's start. 4 awards were announced this week.
Okay.
This is
Yeah,
not
we're there.
the main
This
crux
isn't
of the
crazy.
news. Nick Suzuki wins the Selkie, much
Yes.
deserved, I think.
Absolutely deserved.
Cole Caulfield wins the Lady Bing.
Yep.
John Cooper wins the Jack Adams, which
Did you see the voting
for
for
the
that?
Jack
I
Adams.
think this is deserved. I think this is
I think it's
deserved.
well. I think it's
Uh,
kind of deserved because he's never won one before,
yes.
and his team
And
had a very good season with like pretty lackluster defensemen.
well,
So
lost a
yeah.
good chunk of man hours. It's losing key players to injury. Um, he only beat Lindy Ruff by like 2 points.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He
Um,
barely beat Lindy Ruff.
and there was some arguments for Lindy Ruff that, like, again, because I thought like it could go either be uh
Dan
John
Muse.
Cooper or Dan Muse.
Yeah.
I was trying to combine them.
Dan Cooper.
It could go either way for them, and I would have been fine. And I thought Ruff was solidly in third place. But I
Yeah.
saw the man hours lost.
Hmm.
Like that Buffalo was second in the league on man hours
Oh, I
lost
didn't even
to
realize
injury.
that.
And it's just like, oh, I didn't.
Okay. That makes sense.
realize
Yeah,
that.
that
So
makes sense.
they were still dealing with injury problems the whole time. And I know it was guys like it was Connor Timmons, Justin Danforth, Yuri Coolidge,
Yeah.
who was more a part of their line, going to be in their plans, but and Michael Kesselring as well. So like I didn't realize how much Buffalo was dealing with the injury bug because they just were rolling. So that is fair that he
That's
got
fair.
second place.
I honestly, if any of the three of them won, I thought it was. I don't really think there's much of an argument. Like if Muse
I
won,
mean,
makes sense. Penguins were supposed to be bottom
yeah,
five team in the league this year, made the playoffs. Buffalo obviously went on a tremendous run, and Tampa
yep.
Bay is Tampa Bay, and John Cooper's never won the Jack Adams before. So
Well, like again, Buffalo ended up with more points than Tampa Bay, but and again, like everyone was just like, oh, there's no way Buffalo could like be that high, but it's just like, all right, they have the player. They've always had the players,
yeah,
or at least the past 2 years, they've had the 3 years, they've had the players. They just need to put it together, and they finally did, and we
hmm
finally got to see what that was. And the argument against Cooper for so long was like he's had these amazing teams. Of course, they were going to be good,
yeah,
but
but
this
like,
year, dealing with those injuries, especially on the back end, they weren't
mhm,
supposed to be as good.
right, yeah.
So
And honestly, they probably should have beaten Montreal in the first round, right? They probably should have gone on to face Buffalo in the second round. They didn't, obviously. Like
no,
we're not playing ifs and buts here, but
no, they
um,
didn't. They could have, but they didn't.
they didn't. Deserved. I think it's deserved. Any of those three guys, I think, deserved it. So I'm not gonna argue about it. And finally, Connor McDavid won the Ted Lindsay.
Oh, we also and the Vesna's out.
The Vezina. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't write that
Yeah,
down. Vasilevsky won the Vezina, correct?
Vasilevsky won. Yep,
Little surprising, I guess, but
which I'm
Sorokin,
surprised about.
Sorokin, and the Islanders just in general kind of collapsed the last like month and a half of the season, so
Yeah,
that might
and
have
I don't
hurt his standing, I suppose.
definitely, and I just don't. I personally don't think Vasilevsky had that good of a year to his standards.
But that might
Like
come back to like look at the defense that he's playing behind kind of thing as
that's
well.
true.
Yeah. Who's the third one up for Vesna?
Swayman.
Swayman. So, yeah, I guess that one you can argue about more. Like Sorokin was really good was like godly for 3 quarters of the season, but that
Yep.
last quarter of the season, the
Yeah.
Islanders' defense and him to a certain extent came back down to earth.
Yeah.
More
Absolutely.
he came back down to earth, and it was much more obvious that
The
the
defense
Islanders'
was so
defense
bad.
was really bad. Uh,
But
so
I also think a part like this not Buffalo. Excuse me. I'm just in that mode. Forced to happen this year. This Boston team. Uh, I don't think they're that good, and kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, and Swayman was a huge part of the reason that shoe never dropped.
true. I mean, Swayman had a really good year. Morgan Geeky had a fantastic year like a out of nowhere year for Boston, right? He had
That's
40
because he
something
was on
goals.
the same line with Pasternak.
Yeah, but still.
He
Uh,
was he played 17 games without Pasternak. They moved him to a different line. He had 0 goals.
well, there you go. That Pasternak
Uh,
bump, 40 goal bump from Pasternak. Uh,
it's one of those things where like it's the same with like Chris Kunitz and Sidney Crosby.
hey,
He knew
that man's
where.
a hero. You watch yourself.
Well, exactly. Like he knew what Crosby was thinking, and he
Yeah,
knew where he was supposed to be to send those in, and he just meshed like
yeah.
Pasternak and Geeky were on the same page to just ram every single
There,
pass
that
against
is
home.
a very valuable thing to find in
Yeah,
hockey is that guy or two guys, if it's a full line, that just like all get how each other play and know where
they
to
get
go
it.
when the
Yeah,
other guy has the puck, and that's very, very important
that's
in
all you need.
hockey.
That's why a guy like Chris Kunitz has 3 Stanley Cups.
Goddamn right. All right. Well, that is the awards news. We will get to the rest of the news after the
Yep.
games. I have one injury to discuss, as Will Carrier on Carolina is day to day with an upper body injury. So we'll see if that keeps him out of the lineup or not.
I was gonna say Braden McNabb, but
He
he's played.
motherfucker came back in. He played game three.
Jesus Christ.
I watched that
Uh,
guy's whole face move, and he came back playing
yep.
the next game.
That I know for a fact the tip of that nose was dangling.
I I mean,
The
did you
way that
see the
that's
stitches? Like
yeah,
holy
that's
shit.
why I know that tip wasn't fully attached
Holy
anymore.
hell. Yeah, he looks like the lady from Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't think of her name.
Yep.
You know who I'm talking about
I
though, like the
yeah
stitched together Frankenstein lady.
yeah. Hmm.
All right, let's get on to the games so we can get on to the news because I want to talk about the news.
What we want to talk about, yeah.
So,
All
game
right,
one,
game one.
I got it.
I,
Game one,
I can alternate too. I can
okay,
take game two.
you could take game two. Game one, Vegas takes it 5-4, but let's get to how we got to that that end goal there. Nick Ehlers opened the scoring with 25 seconds into the first period to make it 1 to
Yeah.
nothing. He got a partial breakaway off. He stole the puck off of one of the Vegas defensemen. Got a partial breakaway, snapped it right past Carter Hart. He
Mm.
wasn't done though, because Nick Ehlers scored to make it 2 to nothing at 12:08 of the first period. So Carolina looked like they were rolling in that first period. That is
Yes.
until the second period came. Oh, excuse me. Shea Theodore scored at 13:28 in the first to make it 2-1. So they got a goal back, but Carolina still looked like they were in control of this game.
Yes.
That is until Barbashev scored 30 seconds into the second period to make it 2-2. William
Yep.
Carlson scored 4:35 into the second period to make it 3-2. But
And
fret
then
not,
noted sniper.
William Carlson.
No, next one.
Oh, noted sniper Jordan Stahl scored to make it 3-3 at 12:42 in the second period. We move on to the
Oh,
third
the
period.
dots. Jesus Christ, that was a laser.
Yeah, move to the third period. Brett Howden, remember that because we're going to talk about him more in a second. Made it 4-3, 121 into the third period. Goss Despair ties the game at 11:19 of the third, and then Tomas Hertl scored to make it 5-4, 16:36 into the third, which is under 3.5 minutes to play. What an
Yeah.
insane back and forth game.
A
Um,
crazy back and forth game.
Crazy game. Braden McNabb, who we already mentioned, had 3 assists in this game. On top of his goal, Shea Theodore had 2 assists. Carter Hart 25-29. Chatfield for Carolina had 2 assists, and Freddie Anderson was 18 of 23. Now, Carolina outshot Vegas 29-23. Vegas had the edge in faceoffs 50.8 to 49.2. Neither team scored on the power play. Vegas 0 for 3, Carolina 0 for 2. Vegas outhit them 35-26 and outblocked them 16-13. Game one, 5-4, back and forth, very exciting game.
Yeah.
You know how we feel about Vegas. We don't want them to win the Stanley Cup, but
No.
it was an entertaining
they're too
game.
new of a team- They're too new of a team to have 2 wins. That's just it.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
really it. Like
That's honestly it. Yeah,
that's
for
it's-
us, for you and me anyway.
Yeah.
Because like, I get
I
why
don't
other
necess-
teams hate them, but like, or why other fans hate them.
Yeah.
For other reasons, but like it's because they've been around for 9 years, and this is the
9 years.
third time they've been in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. No, get out.
It's crazy.
Carter Hart's not a Cinderella story. Like they're kind of trying to make the media's kind of trying to make it to be, but
No means no.
no means no, which is what has been getting chanted in the Carolina's arenas. Right when Jordan Stahl scored that third goal.
It's
Um,
I'm not gonna lie, pretty good chirp, pretty
it's a
good chirp
real
by
good
the
chirp.
Carolina crowd.
all right, game two.
Yeah,
Vegas opens the scoring in the first period. 13:33 played. Brett Howden scores his 12th goal of the playoffs, tying his
Just
regular season goals.
crazy. that he has 12 goals in the playoffs.
And against the run of play, where Carolina does control this.
Yeah.
Period. Second period, Brett Howden scores.
Scores
7 minutes into the
again.
second period
Yeah.
to make it 2-0. And then going into the third, it's looking pretty bleak. Like, yeah, it's only a 2-0 deficit, but Vegas very much looks like they have the control.
Mm-hmm.
Then 10 minutes played, Logan Stankoven gets stanky and puts the Canes on the board to make it 2-1. Mark Jankowski scores 2 minutes later to make it 2-2, and then 3 minutes after that, Jordan Staal scores on the power play to make it 3-2 with little less than 5 minutes left in the game.
And that was all in a 5-minute span. Remember,
3 goals, 5 minutes. But with just a little over a minute to go in the game, empty nets, Mark Stone scores to send it to overtime.
That fucker.
At 3-3. But then 4 minutes into the overtime, Seth Jarvis sends it home on the power play. Wait. This is when one of them is when Jordan Staal's goal is because they challenged Mark Jankowski's goal for goaltender interference.
No. It was because Vegas scored a goal on that got called no goal on the ice. There was a scramble in front of the net, and I can't remember if they called it goaltender interference or I didn't have the sound on. Goaltender interference or they just whistled it dead.
Oh, they whistled
it
dead.
But in either way, they said no goal. John Tortorella went a little crazy here and challenged. They said they pushed the goalie into the net, and that's why the
Barbashev. It was Barbashev scoring to tie it.
Yes.
No,
to take the lead.
Yeah, it was Barbashev to take the lead.
So they challenged it. They upheld it. They upheld the no goal. It was goaltender interference. The puck was underneath Anderson, and Barbashev kind of moved Anderson with his stick. It was
it was loose, but Anderson was going to cover it, and Barbashev basically went through Anderson's glove to push it in. Like, you can see Anderson's glove twist while Barbashev throws his stick in, so clearly impeding Anderson from covering the puck.
Yes. So there you go. So they upheld the no goal. On the ensuing power play, like right away on the power play, Jordan Staal tipped the goal in. Yeah.
There it is. Okay. I knew there was drama and controversy.
Yes.
And then Mark Stone scores.
And I think Vegas... no, never mind. Go
ahead. They do end up having to kill a penalty late. Carolina does, and they do, but then Mark Stone still gets the equalizer. But then Seth Jarvis on the power play to tie the series up at 1.
Only 4 minutes into overtime, too.
4 minutes in. Shots were even, 26-26. Vegas 0 for 4 in the power play. Carolina 2 for 4. Hits were 25 Vegas to 46 Carolina. But yeah, this is again a fun, crazy series to watch.
I believe I can't remember if it was game 2 or game 3 that Vegas also got a goal called back because of offsides.
Vegas had 2 goals.
They had 2 called back in game 3. Yeah. Well, let's get to game 3.
And a penalty shot.
They had a penalty shot too. I missed that.
Marner had a chance for 4.
Oh yeah. Spoilers. All right, let's get to game 3. Unless you have more to say about game 2.
No, that was it. That was game.
Okay. Game 3 went to double overtime, and Vegas ended up winning 5-4. But what a way that we got to this outcome, because there was no scoring in the first period. But in the second period, Tomas Hertl,
Carolina controlled the first period,
yes, but they
but
just
just
couldn't
couldn't
get a
break
goal.
through.
In the second period, Tomas Hertl got a power play goal at 10:26 into the second to make it 1-0. Okay. At 10:42 in the second, Mitch Marner makes it 2-0. At
Hmm.
14:32 in the second, Mitch Marner makes it 3-0. And at 16:52 in the second, Mitch Marner makes it 4-0. He got a natural hat trick.
Real hat trick.
So that is 6.5 minutes there that they scored 4 goals. That is
Yep.
pretty disheartening if you are the Hurricanes. And heading into the third period, it was 4-0, which is
And it looked
bleak.
bleak.
It looked bad.
It looked.
But that was until 7:03 in the third period. Martinook scored to make it 4-1.
Greasy goal.
26 seconds later, Taylor Hall scored to make it 4-2. And then 13 seconds after that, Jordan Staal made it 4-3. They scored 3 goals in 39 seconds.
I was at a wedding this day, and I couldn't watch the first 2 periods, and I saw the scores. It's like, I'll just throw it on to like watch this
Yeah.
game, and that was 6 minutes played.
Yeah, you're the
So
good luck charm, apparently.
basically, I'm sitting in bed, and then ping. It's like, all right, we're back in it. Ping. Okay, what's going on?
Okay,
And
okay.
oh my god!
Yeah, you get that first goal. You're like, all right, we're
Nice.
making
All
it
right.
respectable at least. 4-2. Like, we're within a
Cool.
couple now. We got time. Then 4-3. Like 13 seconds later is like, oh
It's
yeah,
like,
all right,
this is a
we're
game.
back, baby. We're
This is a
back in
game.
this shit. It
uh,
did take them about 10 and a half more minutes to tie the game at 18-18 in the third period. Svechnikov scored on the power play to make it 4-4
this one.
and to go to overtime.
And this one, I was just like, I dare you to like. I was looking at Tortorella and it's like, challenge it. I dare you to challenge
I
it
dare you to challenge that.
because
He might have been out of challenges at that point.
well,
Because
you
he
had
lost 2. He had 2 called
you,
back.
you
Or no, no,
had
no.
Lazan.
I think Carolina challenged the offsides goal,
Gotcha.
but I think he lost his challenge. Do they have 2 challenges or 1 challenge?
I don't know, but
I
that
don't know either.
sequence, for Svechnikov's goal, you had
Mhm.
like Lazan crouched like in the butterfly in front of Carter Hart,
Mhm.
kind of preventing him from moving forward.
Ah,
And then I don't know who just chucks Nikolai Ehlers into Carter Hart and into the goal and then Svechnikov pokes it in. So it's just like, I dare you
I
to challenge
dare
that.
you to challenge that.
Because not a single Carolina player was in the crease except for Ehlers, who was getting actively thrown.
Who was picked up by his britches and thrown into the
Yeah.
crease. So no score in the first overtime. We go to the second overtime. I was way asleep at this point.
I was so asleep at
Yeah,
that point.
unfortunate. Start these games at 6 o'clock. I'll be up for overtime then.
Yep.
I understand that Vegas is in Mountain Time, but I don't care. I'm talking about me. Stop putting it at 8 o'clock. Shea Theodore scores at 5:38, and I'm gonna put scores in quotation marks here.
Absolutely.
5:38 into the second period to win the game. Now the reason I
He
say
scored-
that is
Because he
because
scored the same way Tage Thompson did to bring life back into Buffalo
yeah,
against Montreal.
it was one of the most incredible bounces I've ever seen. When he missed the net with the actual shot,
Clearly.
hit the end boards, bounced off of 2 Carolina players, and then went in the net.
I thought it was back off of the glass, hit Bussy in the back, and then in the net.
No, it hit somebody before it hit Bussy too. It
Ugh.
went off the glass or the boards, hit a defenseman, hit Bussy, and then went into the net. Oh, Freddie Anderson got pulled in this game too.
Because he did take a hit up high after the
He
second
did.
goal.
I'm not convinced he doesn't have a concussion because he was not at practice today. They said it was a maintenance day, but they could just be lying. So we'll see if he comes out for Game 4. Aho.
Brandon Bussy played almost a full game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's crazy. Aho had 2 assists in this game for Carolina. Anderson was 12 of 16. Bussy 18 of 19. He faced more shots than Anderson did.
Yep.
Marner had his.
And one of them was a penalty shot.
Oh yeah, you said that. Marner had his hat trick. Had an assist on top of that for a 4-point game. Braden McNabb, who played in this game, we didn't even talk about what happened to him. Had 2 assists.
No.
Carter Hart 29 of 33. We'll talk about Braden McNabb in 1 second.
Yeah.
Vegas outshot him 35-33, which is actually low for a double overtime game, I feel like. You know,
Also, I mean,
that could be a
they
normal
were
shot line.
they were clear. Both teams were gassed by that double
Oh, I'm
overtime.
sure.
You could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell because watching I only watched the first overtime, and there were
I fell asleep
There were
before
huge
that.
momentum swings. The first half of the overtime, it looked like Carolina was going to break it open
Mhm.
or like end the game.
End the game.
But then
Yeah.
the second half of the overtime, it was all Vegas.
Yeah.
So it was a
just
crazy
tilting,
like momentum
tilting
swing.
back
Yeah.
and forth.
But
Um,
also,
yeah.
that 35-33 Vegas outshooting Carolina is the first time this playoffs Carolina has been outshot.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Both teams were 1 for 2 on the power play. Vegas out hit Carolina 66-42. Good God,
Yeah.
throwing the body,
Wow.
and outblocked them 30-14 as well.
Oh
So
wow.
guys are really sacrificing their bodies in this game. So there you go. That is the games that have been played so far. Vegas is up 2-1. Oh, and
Real
I
quick,
want
what
to.
happened to Braden McNabb?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So in game two, I want to
Game
say it was
two.
like halfway. I think it was in the second period.
Yeah.
Braden McNabb was in front of the net, the Vegas net, and was squaring up, playing defense and such. And I don't remember who took.
Gostisbehere.
Was it was it Gostisbehere?
I believe it
So
was Gostisbehere.
Gostisbehere. I thought it was Nick Ehlers. Either way, the Carolina player.
No, I thought Nick Ehlers was behind him.
n-
No, it was Ehlers. It was
I
Ehlers.
think it was
You were
Ehlers who
correct.
took the shot.
Yeah.
So Ehlers wound up and took a slap shot, and
All of it. He got
he
all
got
of
all
it.
of
It was
it. But
87 miles an hour.
the problem is that he got under it, and so it went high, and it
Yep.
went directly square in the middle of Braden McNabb's face.
And again,
No tip, no
no
nothing,
tips, no
just slap
screen,
shot straight to the face.
no screen either. He watched it the entire way into his face.
And if you watch it in slow mo, you see the puck hit his face, and you see his entire face move.
yep.
He thankfully got right up. He did not
He
stay on the
clutched
ice.
his face
He
and
clutched his face immediately and left
he
the ice.
knew, and he knew where because it's not the way the tunnel isn't directly
No,
behind the benches.
yeah, not in
It's
Carolina.
off to the side. He knew where that was and made a beeline to
Yeah,
it.
the trainer was that's where the trainers hang out.
Yeah.
is in the tunnels, and the trainer was right there, and he made a beeline off the ice and did not return for that game. Did return
No.
for game 3 wearing a cage, and like I said before, was stitched up like the Bride of Frankenstein.
20 to 30 stitches in his face, or just around his nose. That thing was.
I think his nose
definitely-
got obliterated. Probably.
His nose got shorn off of his face.
It didn't
partially.
help that it also partially hit his visor, so I'm sure his
Yeah.
visor got pushed down and did a lot of the cutting too.
Yeah.
But it's great that he is good enough to play. I'm sure he's still in a lot of pain. The really
That's why
funny
he's wearing
thing,
that's why he's wearing a bird cage.
the funniest part of it,
Funniest
the
thing.
funniest part of it is that there was a Carolina player directly behind him, and they saw the puck coming too, and they cowered. But in the way that they cowered, it looked like they held his head there. It was just the way his hands went. He definitely did not actually do that.
No.
But,
No,
like,
no, no, no. But
The
it
way
looks like
his
he holds
hands
his
went
head
up as he was like ducking behind Braden McNabb to not get hit with the puck looks like he was holding McNabb's head there so
He's
that he would
moving
take
a
that.
human shield
He'd be
in front
like-
of the bullet.
He was like moving it to be like, and there we go, and your nose is obliterated. It's silver lining, very funny shot of that guy looking like he's holding McNabb's head there.
Oh man.
All right, so that's where we are. Game 3 I want to make one quick correction that I said last week. I was mistaken. If this goes to 7 games, it will not end by next week. It will actually end
Oh,
on
cool.
Wednesday next week. I said it would. I misread the game numbers when I was looking at it. But we'll see if it goes to 7.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into the real stuff
All
we
right.
need to talk about
Do
this
you
week.
want to go into like you have some news.
Do I?
Some some like front office stuff. Um with the Panther not the Panthers, the Predators.
Oh, I didn't even write that down. I was so distracted by all the other news. The Panther. No, you got me saying Panthers. The
Yeah, I get you.
Predators hired. Oh my God, McFarland from.
Recently fired from the Avalanche.
He was not fired. He was still the GM of the Avalanche. He wasn't fired. The Avalanche gave him permission to talk to Tennessee, not Tennessee,
No,
Nashville.
he got fired.
He did not get fired. He did not get fired because Nashville offered him a higher rank position. So instead of the
Gotcha.
general manager position that he was in Colorado, they offered him the president of hockey ops. That's why Colorado gave him permission to talk to them because it was a higher rank position, and coaches and GMs are allowed to break their contracts to go to a higher position. So like an assistant coach is allowed to break his contract to become a head coach, and a GM is allowed to do that for, to become
Yeah.
the president of hockey ops for another team. So he was not fired, at least not that I'm aware of. But he made an upward movement to become the president of hockey ops in Nashville. So there you go.
Um
Are you looking up if he actually got fired?
Yes, I did. I am because I swear he got fired. Um but I could totally be wrong. Sakic is taking over the draft and free agency.
He's becoming the GM because
Um,
Sakic is the president of hockey operations. Chris McFarland
yes.
was not fired by the Colorado Avalanche.
Ah, dang it.
Um, so Sakic used to be the GM. He became the president of hockey ops. Now he's double dutying until they get another general manager.
Gotcha.
But yes,
Okay, that
so
makes sense.
Chris McFarland moved over to Nashville as the president of hockey ops. Did Nashville get a GM as
They don't
well?
have a GM
They
yet.
don't have a GM yet.
Okay. Rob Blake also got hired as hockey op
Did he?
for hockey ops as in Nashville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
VP.
he was.
VP.
Oh, was it? Oh no. Rob Blake was the GM of somebody of LA, or was he the coach of
Last
LA
year.
last year, and then he
No.
got fired, right? Am I going crazy? I could
Oh
have.
shoot! Now this.
Or was he a coach?
Jesus Christ! Now I'm looking stuff up because I
I'm
don't
looking it
know.
up too because I also don't remember.
He was the assistant general manager. He was the general manager.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was the one who stepped down last year, and he stepped down because he was just like, we keep losing to
I mean, honorable resignation.
Edmonton.
He's like, I'm not
keep
doing
losing
the
to
right
Edmonton.
job.
Something's got to change. But then they hired Ken Holland, and that's
Yeah.
I
And then he
believe
was
Rob
like,
Blake
well,
better.
well.
So
So he's over there in Nashville as well. He took a upgrade in a
Yep.
position as well. So we'll see who they hire as general manager. Yeah,
we said Rurensky gets his first Norwich, right?
I believe we did last week. That
Yeah.
happened last week. Well, if we didn't, Wierenski won the Norris.
Yeah.
Much deserved.
Uh,
His was pretty close
yeah,
between him and Makar too, if I remember correctly.
yeah, and I don't think it should have been. I don't think Makar had a good year.
Oh, I
Um,
do. We did say that last week because I believe you said Makar not having a good year was still better than most of the rest of the defensemen in the league.
yeah, that is true.
So
Um,
there you go.
but did I say that because Lauzon was healthy for Vegas going into Game One, it's the first time all season that the entire roster was healthy.
Of course, it's right now that they're completely healthy.
Hey, still cap compliant.
No, I'm not. I'm just like serendipitously. Of course,
Yes,
now is
of
when
course.
they're completely healthy.
Um, let's see.
What do you want to start with?
Let's start with the Leafs
Okay.
because the scuttlebutt with
Ah, yes,
the coaching hire
yes.
is that Joe Pavelski
He's at least in the last like handful
is
of
in the top
candidates.
five.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even realize Joe Pavelski was like out there looking for coach
I
jobs,
did not
and it
either.
would also be pretty interesting because he only retired last year, right?
hmm
And he
hmm
immediately
They're
become the
hoping.
head coach of Toronto, which is pretty obviously high profile team.
They're hoping that he can be like Martin St. Louis.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't.
Oh
He might be really good
shoot!
at it.
That just reminded me of uh the whole conversation that we had and staying on Toronto is it came out that
Hmm.
they tried to trade Matthew Nyes.
They had agreed on it. They were going to.
They were
The
going to
trade was
trade
agreed
Matthew
to.
Nyes to Montreal
Montreal, yeah.
for a haul.
Oh
I
yeah.
would say size haul.
Yeah.
Uh, but Brad Tree Living missed the deadline by a minute,
Oh yeah. Good old Brad Tree
and
Living.
and
Yeah, it was like it was submitted to Central Trade Center, which is what they have to
um,
do if in case you don't know. That's why
immediate.
after 3 o'clock trades keep happening. It's because they're like in line. They
Yep,
got in the queue to like talk to the central, I don't know,
before
information
the deadline.
like before the deadline, and he got in at 3:01.
And here's the thing. Thank God for Toronto that he was that incompetent. Um, because Nyes is 23 years old. If you're going to
I don't know
rebuild, blow it
why.
up and rebuild.
Yeah,
If you're going to blow it up and rebuild, you do it around him.
yeah,
Because
he's not like a franchise player or anything like that, but he's a very good player.
but I would say he's a star player.
Sure.
Again,
Yeah.
he's 23. He already plays playoff style hockey.
Uh-huh.
And he can improve. So I
Yeah.
think he can be a star, especially for that team. Um,
But he
but
almost traded him to a bitter individual in division rival, no less. Now, like the return was 2 first round picks, a highly touted prospect,
prospect
and then
and
something
another
else.
highly touted prospect that was not named.
Oh yeah, and then a fourth piece. Um, so that's a lot. That is a
It
lot.
is a lot.
But I like those 1st round picks are great, but we always make this joke. They could be anybody. They could be Matthew Nyes,
They
right?
can be Matthew.
They could be
Um,
better. They could be worse. So you don't
Absolutely.
know. Especially in the NHL, the draft is a real crapshoot sometimes.
And also, like Keith Pelly did a whole like. It also explains Keith Pelly's um again the head of
Uh-huh.
the the
The new Brendan Shanahan, Keith Pelly.
the new Brendan Shanahan. He went kind of on like a diatribe rant about like Montreal and how well they were run. Makes more
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Makes sense
yes.
because of like how this was happening. Also, this is not the first time. The 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 rumors are that GMs hate trading with Tree Living because he leaves everything to the last minute.
Ah, there you go.
Going
That's real good
going
evidence to that.
going back to his Calgary times. In fact, the reason they ended up with trading Carlo from Minton,
Hmm.
um, like got Brandon Carlo from Boston, is because he wanted, I think, Rasmus Anderson, and he was going to Calgary. Like he was trying to trade, and I believe
Instead
it's
of Carlo, get um,
Anderson.
Anderson.
And Kevin Conroy, I think it's Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
I know it's
and
Conroy,
yeah,
but in Calgary was just like we want two first. He basically was just like fuck off, but
hmm
he's just like we're not
don't
fuck
wanna.
you.
Yeah,
Like I don't
get
care
fucked,
that
Brad.
yeah, get fucked, Brad. You left this team the way it is. You were my boss, but again now fuck off. So they um basically was asking for like two first, something crazy, like something that would never happen in their like
I
Brad wouldn't
mean,
do in his right mind.
Brad, he did trade a first and Fraser Minton for, or no, that first turned into Fraser Minton, right?
Yes,
Got it.
but um, it took him too long. It took Tree Living. The rumor is that it took Tree Living too long to realize that Calgary was just fucking with him, and that another defenseman who they wanted to go for went off the board. So they panic bought Carlo.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, which is what you want to hear. Also, Kevin Peely needs to get fired for okaying the
Oh no,
Matthew
no, no.
Nyes trade.
It was Fraser Minton, a first and a fourth for Brandon
Yeah, so
Carlo.
he panic bought
Holy
Carlo.
shit. That's like
Yeah,
even worse of a trade than I remembered it being.
yes. Uh,
Oh my god.
so like Pele also needs to get fired for okaying the Nyes trade. Um,
Yeah, again, like yes, that was going to be quite a lot to get for Matthew Nyes, but why are
you're
you trading Matthew Nyes? Why are you trading him to
you're not
Montreal
supposed
of all
you're not
teams?
supposed to be in a rebuild. What are you doing?
At least that's what you say, that you're not supposed to be in a
Yeah.
rebuild. Maybe you should be. But even
So
if you were in a rebuild, you would not be trading Matthew Nyes. In
I
no
com-
situation does it make sense to trade Matthew Nyes.
no, it makes zero sense to trade him because he's also an RFA. He's under control. Like
He signed a contract last year. You have him under
that's
control
true.
for like I don't remember if it was a max length contract, but it was like at least 5 by 7.5 or whatever that was that he signed. So you have him under contract at a pretty reasonable rate for the next several years as well. Why are you
You
even
would have
thinking about trading him?
you would have traded him in year one of
Yeah,
a 6-year, $7.75 million
I was
contract.
close with my guess.
What are you doing?
Idiocy. It's like such an idiotic thing to do. I like. Why aren't you trying to
And
trade William Nylander? Why aren't you trying to
right,
trade Morgan Riley? And like, not that those guys are going to get that return, but like, oh well, they have no move clauses, I guess is the answer.
yeah,
But um, William Nylander does not want to be there, so
no.
I'm sure in the right
He
situation he
says
would
he
waive his no
does.
move clause.
He says he does
The
because
way
of
he looks on the ice, he definitely doesn't. Maybe he
no,
just hated Peter Laviolette, but or I'm
not
sorry, Craig
Laviolette.
Craig Berube, excuse me. I get them mixed up. They're like
Yeah,
the
that's
same
fair.
guy to me.
Um, speaking of Laviolette, he is now the new head coach
That's why he
of
was on the top
the.
of my head too.
Yeah, he is the new head coach of the LA Kings as they continue to disappoint. Um,
Ken Holland.
it's just the old boy. Like it's just the old boys club, and Laviolette's good for 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he'll
Laviolette's
get them past the first round. Laviolette is pretty
hey,
good in his
Laviolette's
first
good
two
for two
years,
years, and
and then his teams fall off a cliff.
he's he's back with Panarin. Uh,
True. I mean,
but wow,
yeah. I don't. I mean, what were their other choices? Like DJ Smith was.
Jay Woodcroft.
Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. They should have just.
It was between him. It seemed like it was between him and Woodcroft for finalist.
Woodcroft wouldn't have been bad. Hey, Nabla doesn't have a job. Could have gone after
Block
him.
doesn't have a job. I
Um.
mean, and
Well, they also wanted to talk to Cassidy. They were one of the two teams that got told
they
no.
were one of the two teams that wanted to talk to Cassidy. Um, but I feel like a lot of uh, players, a lot of fans who were whining about Vegas not letting Cassidy.
Can you can you hear my neighbor playing music really loud?
I cannot.
Oh, okay, good.
Um,
Maybe you guys can't either, but somebody just pulled up in their car and they're blasting music outside.
um, a lot of the fans who were whining about Vegas not uh, letting Cassidy um,
Oh, can you
interview for
can you hold
the
that
King.
can you hold that thought for 1 second? Okay, we're back. I just had to close a window because not only was that music playing, but they turned it up as well. But now they seem to have
Cool.
turned their car off, so hopefully it stays that way.
So again, all the fans who were complaining about Vegas not allowing Cassidy to interview with the Kings or Edmonton, I think have changed their tune because the next funniest thing has happened for Edmonton.
Yes, yeah.
It looks like they are going to be hiring
Well,
Mike Babcock.
they're exploring if the NHLPA will be cool with them hiring Babcock.
I saw
But I think it seems like
I
it's going to
saw
happen.
an article saying it seems inevitable.
What are they doing? Why? He just did an interview like a week or two ago that said, "I'm loving being retired."
Yeah,
That was a lie.
That's just to say. Apparently, he's been talking to the owner. Bowman might not have anything to do with this.
Oh my god, that's even worse. Because I was so ready to just blame Stan Bowman for this.
Oh, Bowman might be totally fine with this.
Sure, I could see him
But
being
there's
like,
a
"Yeah,
chance
he's a
that
great coach."
But there's a chance that this isn't his idea. He's just okay with it.
I saw somebody trying to, because of course this got immediate backlash from everybody
Immediate
online.
backlash.
And I saw
Last time
some
he
other
didn't even make
reporter,
it to camp.
yeah, I saw some other reporter being like, "Well, you know, if you don't think the star players aren't being consulted about stuff like this," it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm sure Connor McDavid really wants to play for Mike Babcock. I'm sure Leon
Right.
Draisaitl really wants to play for Mike Babcock.
Dude,
Known hard ass verbal abuser Mike Babcock, who
it
took players' phones in camp.
in 2019? Like when was that?
That he took phones? No,
Yeah.
Clay, that was 2023. That was
Jesus.
3 years ago. Not even. It was 2.5 years ago because it was
2.5 years ago.
It was in like September that he got fired. After that, and then that got Jarmo Kekalainen fired too.
Yes, that got Kekalainen fired.
Oh my god. So I don't know why they think this is the right decision. He's also like 70 at this point. His style of hockey is not present in the NHL anymore. It's not a thing that's played anymore.
No, he's a dinosaur. The game has passed him by. Like,
oh man. Maybe he's changed, I guess, but
like he's one step down Mike Keenan level dick.
Yeah,
and
like well, Johan Franzen has done several interviews since retiring.
Recently.
Recently, where he was like, Mike Babcock basically verbally abused me into depression.
Yeah.
And then like didn't care about it. So like, man, fuck Mike Babcock. I mean, he hasn't done
like we have that on record.
Yeah, that's it. That's on record more than once. Fuck Mike Babcock. Yeah, fuck Mike Babcock. You know, he's not like a criminal or anything like that. But
no, he just
seems a grade A piece of shit, though. So,
like, all right. Scratch Mike Modano with 5 games
Oh
left
my
to go into
god,
the
yeah.
season where he was at 1,499 games. 5 games left to go. He could have let him play 1 game. In
No,
fact, Modano got his entire family
scratch
to
him.
come to the last game of the season
Couldn't even
to
just put
hit
him on
him
the
hit
fourth line,
1,500.
let him play a
Nope.
couple minutes. Nope.
Convinced Mike Commodore to sign with Detroit, then healthy scratched him for the entire season.
That's a funny one. That's not funny for my Commodore, obviously, but
Scratched Jason Spezza for his first game in Ottawa as a Leaf with dozens of his friends and family in the crowd. Dressed and then benched Chelios for an entire outdoor game. We talked about Johan Franzen. Told rookie Mitch Marner to write out a list of his teammates and rank them from laziest to hardest workers. And then, while telling him this was just going to be between him and the coach, and then he showed the team that list. Multiple allegations of bullying and harassing arena workers. Pick a team, and then the phone incident in Columbus. And those, again, are only the allegations that people know about. Like,
yeah, I'm sure Connor McDavid really wants to play for him.
yeah,
I'm sure Leon
I'm
Draisaitl.
sure Draisaitl.
I'm sure
like,
Draisaitl is going to be so excited to play for him.
Yeah.
Oh God. Maybe he'll unlock Trent Frederick, like that one person said.
It's like they're trying to.
They're trying to run McDavid out of town.
Cassidy was going to unlock Trent Frederick.
Yeah, I know, but that was just like, that statement.
Like,
that statement is so funny. It seems like they're trying to get him to leave, and I don't know why. At this point, man.
And again, we've talked about it already. We didn't mention Mike Bublé. Starting that up again.
Well, no, we talked about Mike Bublé last week.
Did we talk about Mike Bublé, or did we just?
Yeah.
Or did we just normally rant about it? Oh,
no. It was Mike Bublé who brought it up because nobody had even mentioned it.
No one had brought it up. But again, we're seeing with Edmonton and Toronto, Vancouver, they're just poorly managed.
They're really poorly managed. Calgary, to a certain extent, as well.
Calgary's turning to turn a corner. They had Tree Living as their GM.
You're right. Winnipeg has other stuff going against it, unfortunately. Geographically, where they're located is pretty tough, honestly, to get like big time players to be like, yeah, I will go play in the tundra.
Ottawa is turning it around.
But they had to be, their owner had to die for that to happen.
Their owner had to die. Yep. And it seems like, and Montreal is
Montreal is usually pretty well managed, except for when what's his face was the GM for a while.
Bergevin.
Yes, Bergevin. Thank you, Marc Bergevin. And he didn't even really do that bad of a job comparatively to all the other ones, but he didn't do a great job. Yeah.
I mean, they fluked their way into that 2021 Stanley Cup final.
Yes. So like, of all of the 7 Canadian teams, Montreal has been, they're not always a really good team, but like historically speaking and recently speaking, they're one of the better managed teams of the 7 Canadian teams. And realistically, I know everybody wants to be like, oh, state income tax this, state income tax that. Look at how Vancouver and Edmonton and Toronto are managed. Like, I'm just reiterating your point that you just made, but they're so poorly managed that it's so like
bad.
I understand why Quinn Hughes wanted off of Vancouver. That team's a dumpster fire.
Absolutely.
I understand why Mitch Marner wanted out of Toronto. That media was up his ass at every moment. And on top of that, they're also poorly managed.
Also, the team as a whole did collapse in the playoffs.
Yes, multiple times. So, like, a change of scenery. If I was him, I would
8
probably,
years.
even if those other things weren't coming into account, I probably would have been like, you know what, I've been here 8 years. We just keep doing the same shit every year. I'm gonna go. I'm
Hmm.
gonna go somewhere else. You
I
know.
need to go.
So it's just manage your teams better. Stop letting these fucking bozos run Edmonton. Why did you hire
Yeah.
Stan Bowman? And why
Again,
before that did
that
you hire Ken Holland? And why before that did
that's
you
an
hire Peter
owner.
Chiarelli?
It's an
I know it's the
owner.
owner.
Like
I know it's the
if
owner.
the owners are like the the owners think think they know what they're doing and micromanage, and that's a problem.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
Yep. Does not work. Does not work.
Um,
So where you want to take bets? Where's McDavid going to be playing after
uh,
next season? I think he'll.
Vegas.
I think he'll stay unless Edmonton is like a lottery team at the draft or at the trade deadline next year. I still don't think they'll trade McDavid then. But
No, not during the season.
where do you think he's going to get traded next offseason?
Florida.
No, no.
Um,
Come on. No.
no, I mean,
I don't know. Yeah,
there's a possibility he goes to Montreal.
maybe.
If he wants to go to a team that's on the up and up.
True. Yeah, that's.
Uh,
And I think we'll have a lot of cap space too.
yeah, to work with. Uh,
Buffalo.
yeah, uh,
The Pittsburgh Penguins.
but like if you
To
like
play
if he
with
wants
his
to
idol
bring
Sidney Crosby.
if he wants to bring a cup back to Canada,
Montreal is the
Montreal's
choice.
the best team.
Yeah.
Montreal's the team to do it.
Boy, that would be.
Um,
Oof, that team would be just disgusting if he joined the Canadians.
absolutely.
And they stayed on the same trajectory that they're on right now. Could you imagine
You
him
have
and Demidov and Slavkovsky? Like, good lord.
and Nick Suzuki's your
And Nick
second line
Suzuki.
center.
Yeah, and Nick Suzuki's your second line center. Not to even mention like Cole Caulfield's there too, and Lane
Oh my God,
Hudson.
Cole
Like
Caulfield is just putting in. Oh
Cole
my,
Caulfield
that's
scores
disgusting.
85 goals that year.
That's disgusting.
So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens with McDavid. Because why the fuck are you hiring Mike Babcock? What the fuck is
Why are
wrong with you?
hiring him? This is today's news, by the way.
Yeah, that was today. That happened
This
today.
is today.
Monday, June 8th. Today. that got bandied about. And we're not
And
even at like probably the biggest news
what we
yet.
wanted to talk about the most, like what we knew we were going to talk about the
Yeah.
most. And Laviolette was also today. So like,
Laviolette was also today. Yeah.
but and I mean, I'm going to talk like the Kings are my team to talk about today.
Yeah.
So we can
Oh yeah,
talk
perfect,
about how
perfect. Yeah.
Laviolette's not going to help them.
Nope. Not at all.
But okay, what we are going to talk about, and the big news that happened a couple days ago was it was revealed that Dylan Larkin requested a trade out of Detroit.
Yeah, that is humongous news because he
Shell.
is the captain of Detroit for a long time, 5+ years at this point, I think.
Yep.
Hometown
Hometown boy.
and he wants
Only
out.
played. And he wants out. His rookie year was the last time that they made the playoffs.
So taking these things into account, Detroit, another team that not being managed particularly well. Thank you, Steve Yzerman.
No. Looking directly at Steve Yzerman.
And then on top of that,
they were so ready for the rebuild to be done for the past couple of years. They
didn't finish it off.
They didn't finish. They kept bringing in mid-tier veterans, especially in defense, and it just did not work.
Didn't work.
And
then on top of that, there was a lot of contentiousness between Larkin and Yzerman and just Detroit management during his last contract negotiation. That is still lingering. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Lingering resentment there.
Some lingering resentment there. He was an RFA when he signed it. It was kind of a bridge deal.
Right.
That took him to free agency, but Yzerman is historically a shrewd negotiator.
Yeah.
He's why St. Louis left Tampa Bay.
Right.
Due to with negotiations. So actually, Ken Holland signed that extension, not Yzerman.
Mm.
The 5 years, $6.1 million.
Oh, gotcha. Well, he's
So
on an 8-year contract now.
now he is.
Yeah, in the third year.
But I
of
was
that
just
8-year
trying to
contract.
see if the previous contract, if he was a UFA or an RFA. He was extended before his UFA time finished to the 8.7 million.
Got it.
He's got a full no move clause,
Yes.
and
Hold on.
today.
Hold on. Before we go into today's news,
Okay.
just looking at this before we got the rest of this today is
let's do it.
totally understandable from Dylan Larkin's point of view, right? You've been on this team your entire career. The last time you made the playoffs was your rookie season. I think you have given enough to the Red Wings. And yes, you are part of the problem, right?
I think it goes both ways. Like, I understand fans being pissed because it's like, oh,
sure.
you're the hometown boy who's the captain. What do you mean you want out? This is
your team. This is your team.
This is your team.
Yeah.
You're 3 years into an 8-year deal and you want out now? What are you talking about? Also, you keep collapsing down the stretch. Now, and not just there are a couple years that he got hurt and then the team collapsed around him.
Yeah.
Like when Jamie Benn
last year specifically, right?
Last year, and then the year before that when Jamie Benn cross-checked him in the neck.
Yeah.
That was one of those years.
That was one of those years.
This year that wasn't the case.
No.
We already we mentioned his on how he didn't play great down the stretch post Olympics.
Yes.
Last week where he scored like 1 or 2 even strength goals. This season he had 34 goals.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good season.
33 assists, 67 points in 74 games. January 1st, they are on the top of the division.
Mm-hmm.
And then from January 1st to the end of the season, Dylan Larkin scored 13 of his 34 goals. Only 4 of them were even strength.
That's not good enough.
That's not good enough.
No.
And yeah, this team we talked about it before. It was a live by the power play, die by the power play. And they did. But you got they weren't a playoff team based on their 5-on-5. And it was their power play that kept them in the first place. But you need your captain to be better, and it's not Dylan Larkin's fault that for 8-9 years, Dylan Larkin was the best player on that team.
Yeah. I mean, it's just recently, right? The last few years that they got Mo Seider. They got
Lucas Raymond steps up.
That are
Alex DeBrincat last
yeah.
year as well.
Well, this year too. Didn't he have nearly 40 goals this year as well?
No, but he joined the team last year.
Oh, you're right. My bad. But so you had the other pieces in place. Yes, you weren't a complete team, right? Past Mo Seider, that defense is very shaky, and then that makes the goaltending shaky.
Edvinsson was stepping in, but
but he's young, so you're relying on an aging John Gibson, an ancient Cam Talbot at this point.
Well, part of the reason that that they were first was because John Gibson was going on a goddamn tear.
Yeah.
He was part of the reason. He was playing fantastic. They finally were getting good goaltending to keep them top of the division. And he gets injured. It falls off a little bit.
Right.
Relying on Cam Talbot.
So my point is, from both sides of the point of view, right? From management side and Dylan Larkin side, and even fan side, kind of makes sense, right?
Yep,
Maybe this should
absolutely.
happen. It's understandable, kind of all the way around why this should
Yep.
happen.
It's what's going to happen. Like, what is this going to do to the team? Like, where do you go?
Yeah,
If I'm looking at this, like
this
I think
has
this
to
is time to
be.
do a start a I think we start a rebuild again, and I think we can do this quicker.
You can do it quicker because you already have Lucas Raymond and Mo
And most higher.
Sider. You don't have to get rid of DeBrinket. DeBrinket could stay. He's still like 28
But you get
at most.
he's 28, but you get rid of DeBrinket because he only has 1 year on his contract.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You could get a
You get
fucking
rid of
haul for DeBrinket.
you get rid of DeBrinket.
You let Patrick Kane leave.
Yep.
Uh, so you just get
You
younger. You
trade
just try to
you
get
get rid
younger.
you trade Justin Falk.
Yeah, you
He's got
traded
1 more
Justin
year
Falk.
too. And you can
You could turn this
yeah
around pretty quickly. You
you're
could turn it
three
around pretty
more
quickly.
years out, but you can turn it
You
around
could
quickly.
turn it around. Yeah, maybe not even that long. Depending on how they do in those trades, could be 1 year. You know,
Yeah,
you could get this figured out. However, it
because
came out.
because what you're gonna get from Larkin, um, as well. Like
Yeah, true. Larkin and DeBrinket
you can turn
trades.
this
You
around.
could you
Yeah,
could turn this around. However, today, Clay.
he gave his list of acceptable teams he is willing to be traded to because he doesn't have a no move clause. He has a no trade clause.
No, he has a no move clause.
No, he does not.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am looking at it right now.
Okay.
It's a no trade. It's not a no move. There's no anchor.
Okay.
Um, I don't think I don't think Iserman gives no moves.
It's probably smart based off of what you're about to say.
Um, it is a 3-team acceptable list, and the teams that are acceptable are Vegas, Florida, and Minnesota.
Yeah, he
Go
can kick
fuck
rocks.
yourself,
Yeah,
Larkin.
you could kick rocks, Larkin. Uh, Vegas and
He
Florida
have
a
nothing to give you.
have nothing to give you in this trade, or at least nothing that they're willing to give you in this trade.
Mm-hmm.
B, they don't need him at all. So why would they
No,
want
they
to do
don't.
this trade?
Nope.
Neither one of them need Dylan Larkin. Vegas is in the finals right now. They don't need Dylan Larkin. And
No, they do not.
Florida was the only reason they
They
didn't make the
had.
playoffs is because Barkov is injured.
Mm-hmm.
And then past
Um,
Barkov, they have Lundell. They have
and the
centers. They're fine.
and just the amount of injuries that they had in
Yeah,
general.
they were
Um,
close to a playoff spot for a little bit as well.
mm-hmm.
So they were in that range even without Barkov.
Yeah.
So and they didn't have Matthew Kachuk for like half the year either.
Nope.
So they neither Vegas and Florida do not need him. They do not have any kind of draft or prospect or young player capital that they can or would be willing to trade to Detroit to
No.
get Dylan Larkin.
Uh-uh.
Minnesota makes sense. They absolutely need Dylan Larkin. What
Yes.
did they have to trade
Minnesota.
though?
Minnesota needs Dylan Larkin. They just gave up a haul to get Hughes. So
But like it was a pretty like fair value for Quinn Hughes, right?
yeah,
In
I
that
would,
trade.
but you still had to give up Beam and Marco Rossi. Like
Right, yeah, yeah. Um,
um
but like they gave up quite a bit to get him, and oh wow, it is a no trade clause. Um, I thought it was a no move clause. I believed
no,
you, but I wanted to see for myself. Um, but like what is that trade gonna be? Like, what are you getting back in that trade?
no.
So like
Right, like
you trade him to Vegas, and what you have to take back Aiden Hill to make the. First of all, Vegas doesn't even have the cap space to do that. They have to
no.
sign Pavel Dorofiev as well this offseason,
Yeah, they do. And
among other shit, and
and
they
they
have
only had
like not nearly enough cap space for that.
4.5.
Yeah, so
That's
like
it.
No fucking way are they going to take on Dylan Larkin. They got to get Dorofiev under contract. Florida has more cap space, I think.
Oh, they have
They have like
both have 12
okay,
because
so
again, because Vegas does not include Petrangelo's
got
8.8.
it. But still,
So they
that's 12. I mean, Dorofiev is going to take up more than half of that, most
yeah.
likely. And then they have, I'm sure they have to fill out the roster otherwise as well.
Yep.
And Florida has somewhere around that same amount of cap space. That's not really. They got to sign guys. They have to find goalies. They have no goalies
They
this
have 0
offseason.
goalies. Correct.
So why the fuck do they want Dylan Larkin? Like
No.
so. If I'm Iserman, if I was the general manager of Detroit and I got this list, I'd be like, yeah, come back with a bigger list, or you're on Detroit next year. Like, what do you want?
Come back with a bigger list or lace those skates up.
Or or I'm gonna take that C off your chest and you're gonna play on the fourth line. I don't give a
The
fuck.
C is gone.
Yeah,
The C
I don't
gone.
give a shit
That
at this
doesn't
point.
matter.
Like,
that goes directly onto Mo Sider's chest.
yeah,
That C is
bye.
gone.
Yeah, you get to play on the fourth line. I don't give a shit how much we're paying you or how good you are. This is being unreasonable. This request is unreasonable.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely
3 teams that I will go to. 2 of them don't make any sense at all, and then the other one, yeah.
You thought these negotiations were contentious before?
No,
Get out of my office.
Get out of my office. You're on Detroit next year, bitch. What do you want? I don't have to trade you. Detroit does not have to trade him.
No.
He's under contract for 5 more years. The other thing is like, what would be really interesting if Eisman tells him to stuff it and they keep him for, I think, through next year. His no trade clause turns into a modified. 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more years, and then it's a 10-team no trade list.
So maybe you just give those 10 teams now.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you're going to be 33 and ain't nobody. Well, I'm sure somebody would still trade for you, but.
Well, and you're a guy who's really, your speed is one of your biggest assets.
That's going to start fading,
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Sorry, I couldn't.
The one time you didn't turn your mic on.
I couldn't find it. I was
That's
searching.
okay. Bless you. Yeah. Again, like that's why I wanted to stop you when you were about to say that and say like
you're right.
Up until this afternoon when that came out, I understood why he wanted to be traded. I thought it was very reasonable. I think they could probably make it work. Probably get a good haul for him, depending on where he agreed to go to. And then his 3-team trade list came out, and it's like, go fuck yourself.
Also,
if that's all you're giving me to work with,
I'm still trading DeBrincat. Like, if he's your best friend, bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah, now we're just. I'm gonna cut off my nose to spite my face at this point. I'm gonna trade DeBrincat.
No,
who do you like on this team? They're all getting traded, and you're staying.
He's got a 16-team. DeBrincat has a 16-team no move.
Yeah.
You can get.
Oh yeah, you can move him easy.
Oh, you can move him easy and get something back for him.
Oh yeah, you could get a lot back.
Not to Ottawa.
Not to Ottawa. Send him to you know who could really use him? Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Weird. I mean, they just shouldn't have ever traded him.
Chicago made sense for Larkin too, kind of.
Send them both there. You get a haul. You get some good players out of Chicago because they need better veteran players there.
Yeah.
That actually would make total sense to send them to Chicago.
They do need better veteran players. Problem is Larkin's not one that's ever had playoff experience.
That's fair. DeBrincat doesn't either, huh?
No.
Because he
gave up on that Ottawa team.
Well, and also when he was on Chicago, it was when Chicago was like, I don't know if they made the playoffs while he was on that team.
No, I
they weren't terrible yet because they still had Patrick Kane kinda, but they were definitely on the downswing of their dynasty.
But Stan Bowman's the one who traded him to Ottawa.
That was still Stan Bowman who did that?
I think so.
He was still employed at that point in Chicago?
I believe so.
After the Panarin fiasco, after the Saad fiasco.
Well,
it was Panarin for Saad.
It was the DeBrincat fiasco.
DeBrincat fiasco.
He's the one who signed DeBrincat for 6x3 or 3x6. Um,
They traded him after he had back-to-back 40-goal seasons when he was
yeah,
22.
yeah, that's 100%. That says
That has Stan
that's
Bowman
Stan
written all
Bowman
over it. Yeah, you're
all
right.
over.
You know who would make
It was
sense? Like LA would
it was
make
a
sense, right? As
it
a
wasn't it wasn't back to back.
no, but it was two
No,
in like a few years, right?
he 2 and 5.
2 and 5. Okay, that's still pretty good.
Well, because um he had a bad 1920, not necessarily a bad, but it was 18 goals in 70 games
Mm,
after the 41 goal season.
okay,
But
so that's a pretty
then
bad step back.
but then next year he did 32 in 52 in the shortened 2021 season,
Really good.
and then 41 in 82.
Yeah, and then these past 2 years, he's had near 40 goals, right?
He had 40 this past year and 39 the year before that.
Yeah, so essentially two 40-goal seasons.
He's been on Detroit for 3 years now. Jesus Christ.
I know it's time is crazy. Um, I remember talking about how I remember when we first started this saying how crazy I thought it was to trade him when
Yeah,
he had two 40-goal seasons
yeah,
for your team.
absolutely.
Anyway, let's get back to Larkin. Um, it would make sense. Wouldn't LA make sense? You could
Yeah.
figure out a package around maybe Quentin Byfield coming back to
He could use
Detroit.
a
That
new.
would help. That would help Detroit.
He could use a change of scenery.
He could.
Um,
He could. A team like Seattle would probably make sense
yeah,
because they need high end talent like
talent.
nobody's business. And maybe you could figure out a trade around Shane Wright in that,
hmm
but Shane Wright plus more. And maybe
Right.
even in that situation, you could figure out like a big trade and get Dylan Larkin and DeBrincat over to Seattle.
Yeah,
That would take a lot, right? It would take a
that would
lot,
take a lot.
but like Detroit would get a lot back and probably a lot of stuff that could help them immediately.
Yes.
But you know what you're not going to get that from is Florida, Vegas, and Minnesota.
Yeah.
So if
Uh,
I'm Steve
oof.
Eiserman, I'm like, you come back into this office when you actually like want to seriously talk about where
Yeah.
you want to
I
get
thought
traded
you.
to.
I thought you
So
wanted to leave.
yeah, I thought you wanted to
Because
leave.
this
This
ain't. This
seems
isn't how
like
you
you
do it,
want to stay here and not be the captain
and you just wanted
anymore
to
and just be
start
throw a hissy
drama.
fit.
Yeah.
So, and that kicked off a bunch of people online being like, well, because Quinn Hughes did this, he kind of like forced his way out of Vancouver. Vancouver's dumpster fire. It makes total sense why he wanted to get traded, and he got traded for a very nice package. Um,
Friedman. I think I heard a rumor. I think I saw a rumor from Friedman. It's an hour ago, 52 minutes ago. Edmonton nearing deal with Mike Babcock.
it's fucking outrageous, dude.
Jesus
But
Christ.
no, I think what you were gonna say is Elliot Friedman earlier today. He was talking about this trade request, and he said there's going to be more trade requests
Yeah.
coming. I don't know who or what he's talking about, but that'll be interesting to
That
see.
that's interesting to
There's
see. Yeah.
certainly guys on very poorly managed teams that I'm sure would like to ask out, like, I don't know, Austin Matthews or Willie
Yeah.
Nylander or Connor McDavid. Not he's not going to ask
Yeah.
for a trade, not this summer, I don't think, but
Not this summer. Not I. Jesus.
not this summer. I think next summer,
What
especially
if
if
he
this
did?
Mike Babcock thing.
What
What
if
if he
he
did, dude?
did?
Oh
Oh,
my god.
they hire Mike Babcock officially, and he requests a trade. Of course, he's not gonna.
He's
It's
not
not what
going to.
that's not
He's not
that's
going
no
to.
not
But
the way he is. But what if he did?
dude, I think the entirety of Canada would be on fire if he
Oh yeah.
requested a trade. I don't know what they would do if he was like, I'm not playing for Edmonton ever again. Trade me.
No,
I'll sit out next year if you don't. I
I'll
don't care.
sit out next
I'll
year.
take my $12.5 million that you still have to pay me and sit out.
I'll train. Yeah, no, I'll
Yeah,
like.
I'll keep in shape for when you finally do trade me. Oh man, so it'll be interesting to see who Elliot Friedman is talking about.
Right.
I'm trying to
I
think of
know.
who it would be. I know Brady Kachuk has been bandied about, but he actually seems to spitefully, because people keep telling him he should be traded and like go somewhere else.
He wants
He
to
seems
stay. Yeah.
spitefully that he wants to stay now to get those people to shut up, which respect.
Also,
I love that kind of spite.
oh, I love that. That's how I live my life.
That boy's dumb as a sack of bricks, but like I like the spite in his heart.
Love the spite in his heart. There's the because also like, oh, Brady just is gonna go to Florida. It's just like every time he's
Not everybody
around.
can go to Florida.
Well, no, it's like every time he's around Matthew, he gets little brothered. Every time.
Oh yeah, just
Wouldn't
look at
you?
their podcast that they have for some reason with their dad.
Yeah, like every time that they're together, he gets little brothered. Like even when his dad wasn't on it, like
Yeah,
he gets little brothered. Wouldn't he want to not be in his older brother's shadow?
I would think so.
It's sometimes it like sometimes you just revert into those like
Yeah, into
mentalities when
that
you're around certain
mentality.
people,
Yeah, yeah.
and he doesn't seem to do it when he's in Ottawa.
Right.
It doesn't so
Um, so he keeps saying like, "No, I want to be here. I want to." Obviously, that could just be a lie, I suppose. But
right.
until he actually requests for a trade, I'm gonna say he's not gonna get traded.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think of like who it would be. Guys on Toronto, I could see it being, but like that's
Heck,
already kind of being bandied about. Maybe guys on the Rangers.
I see guys on the Rangers. I can see guys. I can see guys on literally every team. Unfortunately, like
Well, there's some teams that seem like I would be honestly surprised.
Columbus, Calgary.
Columbus, I could see Kent Johnson. I could see on Columbus.
I can see Zach
Uh,
Werenski.
yeah, that would be a huge one. Is Zach Werenski requested a trade, especially after he just won the Norris? Um,
Calgary, Chicago.
Calgary, Chicago. I would be surprised if somebody on the Penguins asked for a trade,
Yeah,
but it's
L.A.,
not out of the
New,
realm of possibilities. L.A. could be
New
one.
Jersey.
That was when we were talking about Brady. I was thinking to myself, what if he's talking about Jack Hughes? What if Jack Hughes is trying to force his way out of New Jersey to Minnesota?
Right. Um,
Because where are the Hughes brothers from? Aren't they from like that area?
they are. I believe they are.
I think they're from the Midwest somewhere.
I believe they're from Minnesota.
I'll look it up. So like Jack Hughes would be a huge one.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, New York is letting Anders Lee go to free agency. The
that
Islanders.
that one oh they're from Florida. The Hughes brothers.
Wild.
They're from Orlando.
Huh.
Go figure.
Huh.
I didn't know that. That's not where I would have guessed they were from.
That's not where I would put them at all.
Um, yeah, Anders Lee leaving, like them just letting him walk is
I like. I
it's
get
a
it
little
to
crazy
an
to me.
extent, but like, still crazy.
I mean, he's like part of the old guard at this point, but yet you still have Casey Zizekas on your team. Like, come on, you know
Like, yeah, I get it. He's 35 years old, but he's played his entire career with you.
who Anders Lee? Anders Lee is 35.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's older than I thought he was. I thought he was like 32 at most.
No.
Yeah, but he's still like effective. Like he's still like a
Absolutely.
good, he's still a pretty solid like grinder power forward guy.
The problem is Bo Horvat kind of took his job.
I guess that's fair. Yeah.
He's the stand in front of the net, tip it in type guy.
Could Matthew Barzell ask for a trade? I think I saw
Maybe.
somebody mention that earlier this week too, as a thought. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of I guess there's a lot of guys we could think of that might be wanting to get out of their situation at this point.
Because, yeah, the cap's high. There's a lot of teams that can take their
The
spot.
cap is really high. Yeah.
Cap
There's
is
a
really
lot
high.
of
And
teams with a
also,
lot of cap space and a
and,
really shitty UFAs. A really shitty
and
UFA
a bunch of prospects
class.
to go around.
Yeah. One other trade that I saw, getting back to Larkin for a second, that I saw somebody suggest was Robertson for Larkin, which doesn't make sense to
Makes
me
sense. No, it doesn't make sense at all.
because I don't. Dallas doesn't need centers either. They got Rope
Nope.
Hintz and Wyatt Johnston. They're both
They
better than Dylan Larkin.
yes, which could where the frick is Dallas when Cap hit? 10.
Unless they
There it
try
is.
to clear cap space with
Um
that trade, but
so in a way that it could make sense
mhm.
is center depth got exposed with Hints out.
Yes,
Larkin also has speed. Like
sure.
the speed of Hints, Larkin, and then you have Wyatt Johnson as like the best third line center. If you want to keep him at
Dude,
center.
Wyatt Johnston just had like a 45 goal season. You cannot bump him down to the third line center.
Well, well, what I mean, I'm not saying because he's third line. I'm just saying you have three high scoring lines. You could still have him score 40 goals.
I guess that's fair. Or you could bump. I think Johnston can play winger a bit. I
Yeah, but
believe.
uh, Larkin's the only guy who doesn't have winger on his of the three guys
On
we're
his
talking
depth
about who
chart,
doesn't
yeah.
have a wing.
So like you could bump Johnston over to Robertson's spot, I suppose, and that would make a bit of sense for your top six. But here's the other thing: does that trade really make sense for Detroit? Because like then
No,
who plays center for Detroit? Robertson's not a
no,
center; he can't play center.
no. They don't have center. Detroit doesn't have
They
centers.
don't have any centers. So like this trade has to you have to bring a center back in this trade
Yep.
of of some level, you know. So I don't know. I just don't know what this
Because
trade is going to be.
because Larkin, like your centers are Larkin, Comp, Comfer, Rasmussen.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, no wonder they didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, so they basically just don't have a second line center at all. Like not even close.
No,
Kopp at this point, I don't. I would say Kopp was never a second line center. He was probably a pretty good third line center at the peak of his career. Oh God.
yeah, like if I'm Detroit, I do a small teardown again.
I could see that, I guess,
I
but
trade Gibson.
you just got him.
You
Although
only got him for 2 years though.
I guess they
It was a
really
2
didn't
year
give
deal.
up that much for him. But you could probably flip him to Edmonton if you eat some of that contract.
He's
Take
got a
back.
10. He's got a
Oh,
10 teeth no move.
Edmonton might be
Edmonton's
on that.
that.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably all Canadian teams and then three other teams. Uh, I just don't know what. I don't know. Just the three teams that he gave them is just blowing my mind that he thought that was going to be somehow working
That
out.
was gonna fly.
I
Yeah.
wonder if he's trying to force the trade to Minnesota, by giving Vegas and Florida two teams that don't make any sense for that trade to happen with.
Right.
Um, if he's trying to force his way to Minnesota, but if that's the case, you're still not going to get a lot back out of Minnesota. Probably more than with Florida or Vegas, right? Because
Yep.
Minnesota really needs him. So like
Yeah.
they
Minnesota
will be
does
more
need
desperate to
him.
make that trade.
You send him Quinn Hughes.
Oh man, what a wild, what a wild move that would be. But
Because he
like
probably wants to be with because like Gurion is the GM. He was the GM for Team USA.
probably
He
yes.
played with Hughes.
He played with
at the
Faber.
Olympics.
He played with Boldy
Yep.
on Team USA. So there's a lot of Team USA connections there. And
You
it
send
just like fit wise, it makes a lot of sense because Minnesota
you
really needs him.
you send Hughes for DeBrincat and Larkin.
No fucking way. Well, because like it'll also be telling if they can get a extension worked out with Hughes too. They can extend him
Yeah.
on July 1st, so they might.
Right.
I'm sure they're already trying to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes me wonder if they get that extension figured out, that's what makes me wonder if Jack Hughes is going to request a trade and try to force his way to Minnesota because his
Yeah, that's
brother is
fair.
already extended there. Jack Hughes still has 4 years on his contract, 5 years on
Yep.
his contract, at a at sub 10, which at this point is a pretty reasonable rate for him. I don't know what that trade will look like either, but like if I'm Minnesota, I would rather do that trade than
And
Larkin.
Luke can go fuck himself.
And Luke can just stay on the Devils because he's the third brother anyway. We'll get him another year. We'll get him a different year. So, hey, ah man, yeah. If I'm Eiserman, I tell him bring me a larger list, or you're a Red
Yeah,
Wing
I
next
mean,
year.
your C is gone, but
Or
like
your C is gone regardless. But
regardless.
if you want to not be on this team, you got to extend this list to at least 10 teams. I would say
Yep.
at least 10 teams, just to give him something to work with, just to give him
Yeah,
something to like try to start a bidding war for you. You know, because
absolutely. And also he's already going to be a shrewd negotiator. He's
yeah,
already not going to trade you if he doesn't think he's going to get what you're worth.
he
And
doesn't have to trade him at all. Doesn't
and
have to.
also like you're you're worth a lot with how bad the market is.
Yes, yes. So they
You're
need to
worth a
get a
lot.
lot back for you, and you're trying to hamstring them by giving last year's Stanley Cup champion, one of the teams that's in the finals right this year, and a team that was probably one of the top 5 teams in the league. Like I get it, those are the teams you want to go to, but logically speaking, that list cannot happen.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
All right. All right, you want to do wrap ups or you got more to say about Larkin?
No, I don't have anything more to say
All right, let's do some wrap ups.
other than I can't believe the Oilers are going to
I
hire.
can't believe it either. That's almost as insane as the Larkin trade request. Like,
And this is like the fifth year in a row, or the fifth coach in a row that it's going to be some sort of penis involved name.
oh my god, yeah.
Knobloch, Woodcroft,
Woodcroft.
Hitchcroft, Tippett.
I didn't even connect those things. That's so funny. Their owner's got to type. You
Yeah,
got to have a last name that has a word for
penis.
penis in it.
Yep.
Knob, cock, wood, tip.
Yep.
Oh
Just
my
the tip,
god,
though.
just the tip though. All right, I'll kick us off with wrap ups. Let's do Utah. Utah is an interesting team and a team that I think Dylan Larkin should agree to get traded to because they could get a
Yeah.
haul out of Utah, and they're a playoff team, and they're a team on the upswing, and
Yep.
he could go to a really conservative Salt Lake City where he could be MAGA king.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there because all these fuckwads, I kind of hate all the American players at this point. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause
in real quick,
yeah,
because the PWHL News, Hillary Knight
yeah,
will play for Detroit via a sign and trade with Las Vegas.
okay,
She told
interesting.
she
She
told
told
Las
Vegas get
like
fucked.
yeah, Vegas was just like, we're gonna take you in the
Expansion draft.
expansion draft. And she's like, I'm not playing for you. Um,
Hell yeah,
so
hell yeah, Hillary Knight.
figure something out. All right, now I'm done.
All right, Utah. So Utah finished the season 43, 33, and 6, 92 points, 15th place overall in the league. They did make the playoffs as the number 4 team in the Central Division, the number 1 wild card team. And you know what? They looked okay against Vegas in the first round. They took them to 6 games. They lost.
That's better
but
than what other teams did.
true. It's better than Colorado. So you know they gave Vegas a run for their money in the playoffs. Their power play is 20.4%. Just plain Jane. That's 18th in the league. Their adjusted was 19% flat, 15th in the league. Penalty kill 77.5, 20th in the league. Adjusted 80.8, tied for 19th in the league. Their
Gotcha.
goals for on the season 268, goals against 240. That's a plus 28 goal differential, 8th in the league. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So their projected cap space going into the offseason is $13.33 million. That is the 22nd most in the league. They have a lot of UFAs. They got Kerfoot, Stenlund, Rooney, Yamamoto, Cole, DeSimone, and Vanacek. All UFAs. Now, those are
I mean, a
all
lot of those
like,
guys are gonna walk.
yeah, those are all like depth guys at best.
Yeah.
Kerfoot at this point in his career is, bottom six guy. Stenlund's okay. Stenlund's still kind of young, more defensive forward, but Rooney, Yamamoto, Cole, DeSimone, Vanacek are kind of like very replaceable guys.
Yep.
Their RFAs, only Hayton. Only Barrett Hayton
Yeah.
is their only RFA. As far as draft picks goes, they have their own first round pick that is 19th overall. No second round picks at all. Their own Carolina's third round pick, their own fourth, their own fifth, and Chicago's fifth. No sixth round picks, and their own seventh round pick. Now, looking at their lineup really quick, Keller, Schmaltz, Kraus, Paterka, Cooley, Genther as their top six. You had Dylan Larkin in there, maybe bump Schmaltz out of the top six. Schmaltz had a good season, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I think having. I think you should bump Cooley up to your number one center next year. He had as
so.
many goals this year as he had last year in 25 less games. Like he's gonna the next year or two he's gonna explode, I think. Have 30, 40 goals, something like that. Maybe 80, 90 points, something around there. I think you bump him up to your top line center, but you get Larkin in a trade, maybe. And that's making your center depth look pretty good.
Absolutely.
Daniil Butt, Hayton, and Corcone. And then O'Brien, McBain, and Tanev are their bottom six. Tanev, O'Brien, McBain, that's a pretty good checking line for any team,
Yeah.
really. Then those other guys are pretty young. And, well, Carcone's 30, but... And then on defense, you got Sergachev, Uyghur, Schmidt, Marino, Simashev, and Dursey. Not a bad defense either.
No, not at all.
Then you got Karel Vejmelka in net. Fairly good goalie. I would say top half of the league goalie. And then Stauber as your backup. And then Hebig, Lamoureux, and McCartney, on the bench. That's a pretty solid lineup,
Yeah, it is. They're just going to improve, and I think they're a playoff team next year.
I've already seen
least they're gonna be
reports
in the hunt.
that they're planning to be pretty aggressive in the offseason. Whether that be trades or whatever, or offer sheets, I guess.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. Maybe they become a big threat for any big name trade chips out there. Vinny Trocheck probably still going to get traded this summer at some point.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Him and Larkin, I think, could go for similar packages.
Yep.
They're similar in age and ability, I would say. There's a bunch of other guys too. So we'll see. I hope Utah is aggressive. I think that would be fun. They were very aggressive last year.
They were.
And the year before, picking up Sergachev in a trade, Dursey in a trade, Paterka, yeah. So they've been pretty on point with trades that they're making to get guys that really have helped bump this team into a playoff contender. And I think they'll be a playoff contender next year too, regardless of what they do in the summer.
Agreed.
Who you got?
Talking about the Boston Bruins.
The Bruins.
Bruins were 45, 27, and 10 this past year.
I'll be honest, another team that would love to trade for Dylan Larkin.
That needs a Larkin.
Yeah. Morgan Geekie, Larkin down the center. Come on. That's much better than what they have.
Yeah. I didn't write how many points that they got, but they made
the playoffs. I think they got 100 points.
They did. They did get 100 points exactly. They're your wild card one.
Yes.
Their power play was 23.4, which is ninth in the league. 19.6 adjusted, which drops them to 12th. On the other hand, their penalty kill was 77%, which is 24th in the league. Adjusted was 77.7, 28th in the league. Their goals for were 272, which is 12th in the league. Goals against 250, 14th in the league. Their cap, they only have $15 million to work with. Now, thing is, they have one RFA. It is Jordan Harris.
Okay.
25-year-old left defenseman. He played 8 games. He is arbitration eligible. You only have 2 UFAs, and that is Victor Arvidsson, 33-year-old winger, finishing a 2x4. I think he gets at least that, if not a pay raise.
I would think he would get a pay raise in this free agency market because he had a pretty good season for Boston too, if I remember correctly.
He was there. He was one of their best players in the playoff series against Buffalo.
Yeah.
He had 69. He played 69 games, 25 goals, 29 assists, 54 points.
Yeah, great season. He's gonna.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna throw $6-7 million at him.
At least, yeah.
This offseason, I think.
And your other UFA is Andrew Peeke, 28-year-old right defenseman, coming off a 3x$2.75 million deal. Peake's not as good.
No.
But he's a right-handed defenseman, and that's
going to be
rarity
valuable. Yeah.
In the league. He played 77 games. He had 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points. That's it. That's all your.
So they have basically free money essentially to play with.
Jordan Harris is not going to command a lot.
No. We'll say let's be nice to Jordan Harris and say he gets $2 million, right?
Yep.
That's still $11 million that you have to play with any free agents or trades that you might try to figure.
To work with.
No, I was saying like Jordan Harris gets like $2 million of that, right? That's what I was saying.
No, I mean, yeah, that's fine, but 2 minus 15 is 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said 13. I was thinking of Utah. Excuse me. Yes, $13 million. My bad.
After Harris.
After Harris. Yeah. And I don't even know if Harris is going to get that amount of money. I'm just being nice to him. So if you got $13 million, you could get a couple solid depth guys out of this free agency. There are depth guys in this free agency.
Yes,
there's just no top end talent in this free outside of like Alex Tuch. And even that is,
to get Larkin, they don't have any prospects to give.
Yeah, but I know they've been talking about trading Mason Lohrei. He's kind of fallen out of favor.
Yeah, but Mason Lohrei hasn't been good for 2 years.
I know, but he's still like young enough that you could say bounce back. I mean, they would have to add draft picks, and I don't know what the fuck else. They have James Higgins, who is a. But do they want to give up their best prospect for Dylan Larkin?
Well, they do have 5 first-round picks over the next 3 years.
So yeah, you could work something with those for Dylan Larkin, but you have to wait for him to be like, yeah, I guess I'll go to the Bruins.
Yeah.
But I think the Bruins would be a perfect place for him to get traded. But again, that's an in-division trade.
Yeah.
So like Detroit, if I'm Detroit trying to do an in-division trade, that payment's going up. Yeah. You're like, look, I hate you guys, but I'm willing to do a trade with you, but it'll cost you more because I hate you.
Boston's top players were Pastrnak, 77 games played, 29 goals, 71 assists for 100 points.
There you go.
Then you have Morgan Geekie, 81 games played, 39 goals, 29 assists for 68 points. And then Pavel Zacha, 78 games played, 30 goals, 35 assists for 65 points. Also throwing in Jeremy Swayman, 55 games played, 2.71 goals against average with a 908 save percentage. He's your Vezina finalist.
Yeah, good season.
That's Boston.
Yeah, see what Boston can do. Let's talk about your Washington Capitals. I'm interested to see what you got to say about these guys. They went 43-30-9 this season, 95 points, 12th overall in the standings, top half of the league.
Yeah.
Nearly, but just missed out in the playoffs.
Well, don't get swept by Vancouver in this.
Oh yeah, that would have done it. That would have put you in
Yeah,
the playoffs.
during regular
Um,
season, don't get swept by Vancouver in that series.
their power play, 18.2%, 25th in the league. Um, shockingly bad for Washington.
Ah, not if you
Well,
watch that
well, you know,
team.
like yeah, but you think Washington, they got Ovechkin, their
Yep.
power play used to clip at like 35%, you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Adjusted power play 13.6. That is 29th in the league.
Mm,
Penalty kill 79.9. That's tied for 14th. Adjusted 81.5. That is 17th in the league. 263 goals for, 244 goals against, plus 19. That is 12th in the league. Their projected cap space $31.35 million. The seventh
yeah,
most cap space. That seventh most. $31 million is seventh
that's
most.
great.
Mm. Uh, as far as UFAs go, Ovechkin, who is either going to quote unquote retire and go back to the KHL to finish his career, or resign with
One more
Washington.
year. Yeah.
Anybody who thinks any different is a fool. Duhaime, Kampf, and Trevor Van Riemsdyk are their only UFAs. RFAs, Connor McMichael and Henri Lapierre, right?
It's Hendricks.
It's Hendricks. Oh, okay. I never know with French Canadian players if they say the X's in their names or don't.
I know it's Hendricks because of listening to the Caps play-by-play guys. He was named after Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, okay. There you go. Hendricks Lapierre are their two RFAs. So McMichael is probably due for pretty large bump
I
in
don't know
pay.
how. I don't know how large. If they want it, like if like his previous cap hit was 2.1 million.
Like I don't think
Uh,
it's going to be crazy, but I could see it in like the $6 million range.
and I think that's fair
Yeah,
because
six and a half, somewhere in that range. I think
2 years
on a
ago he
bridge
had
deal.
26 goal. Two years ago he had 26 goals. This year he only had 14.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he had
While the
such a drop off.
while the assists stayed the same.
Got it. Okay, so he had a bit of a drop off this year, but okay, so maybe 5 to 6 million, maybe upwards
You do
towards seven, but
for him, I would do a bridge deal, do 2 years, just like as a
yeah,
show
two
me.
2 years, 6 mil. They have plenty of cap space. They can do that, no
Yeah,
problem. And then if he gets better, then you just pay him more. You'll have
right.
way more cap space in 2 years again.
Yep,
Um, and then Hendrix Lapierre, I think will be pretty cheap to bring back. I would think he's
he's
like
gonna
a
be real.
depth dude, at least at
Yeah,
this point in his
we're waiting
career.
for a breakout for him. If it just
Maybe it'll be
hasn't
next year.
happened. Yeah,
As far as draft picks go, they have two first-round draft picks: their own, which is 16th overall, and Anaheim's, which is 18th overall. No seconds, no thirds. Their own fourth, their own fifth, no sixth, and their own seventh. So I don't know where those seconds and thirds went, but they do have two firsts.
they went to Justin Sordiff.
Okay. That's
They went
fine
to
though.
they went to Cole Hudson. They
That's okay then, because Sertif
yeah
played pretty good for you guys this year. Cole Hudson showed flashes of brilliance in the limited amount of games that he played
yeah
at the end of the year. They do have two firsts, so like if they want to get creative, move up in the draft, they probably could with both of those firsts, but maybe they just stay where they are and get
yeah
a couple of prospects. Because to move up into like say the top 10, you would have to spend both of those first
yeah
round picks to do that. Which maybe you need guys more. Maybe you need more volume than pedigree, right?
right yeah absolutely.
All right, that's Washington. Once again, just to reiterate, the UFA class kind of sucks. So we'll see what everybody does. It's again, there's a lot of solid
Depth
bottom
guys.
six dudes, two maybe middle six guys. Like there's probably some second line players in there too. There's just no top line guys outside of like if you want to consider Tuck a top line guy, but that's pushing it
I'm
in
cons-
my
I'm considering Tuck
opinion
for the first 3 years of his upcoming 7-year contract.
as a top line guy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
3 years of his
Well,
of this upcoming 7.
he can't even get 7 unless he just re-signed with Buffalo.
I think the 7 starts the September.
No, 6
It
starts
starts
July 1st. Everything
July.
that
Okay,
didn't start this year with the new CBA starts July 1st this year. So
gotcha.
the 6-year maximum deals, well, 7-year re-signing maximum deals, but
Yeah,
6-year free agency deals. The 84 game season starts next year too. Don't forget.
that's next year. Jesus
That's
Christ.
next year. Um, that's great. That's going to be weird. Like to
Yeah.
remember that there's 84 games instead of 82.
Yep.
All right, who you got to finish us off?
LA Kings.
The Kings.
They were 35, 27, 20, broke the overtime losses record.
Oh, yes,
98
they did.
points. Or no, not 98. Yeah. 90 points. Wild card 2.
Yes.
They did not belong here.
No.
Uh,
I mean, they
but the
lucked
thing is-
out with how bad the Pacific Division and
but
just
the
kind of
thing
the
is-
Western Conference in general was.
no one deserved to take their spot. Power play
true.
was 17. Power play was 17%, which is 28th in the league. Adjusted, it was 13.8,
Ooh.
also 28th in the league.
Okay.
Penalty kill 74.6, 30th in the league. 77.5 adjusted, 30th in the league.
Consistent.
Stayed the same both.
Yeah, consistent.
But again, you're bottom 4, bottom 6 for both special teams.
Mm-hmm.
Your goals for
Wild that they made
220
the playoffs.
225
Mhm.
goals for, that's 29th.
Oh my god.
And here's how they made it to the playoffs. Goals against is 247, which is 12th. Like that's their only
that's
stat.
their only
Like,
saving grace there. Yeah.
Yep. Their cap is 18 million to work with.
All
They
right.
have one RFA, and it is Brant Clark.
Oh, they're gonna have to give him a good raise because he was the
give him
only
9.
puck-moving defenseman that they
You
had.
have to give him 9.
If you give him 9, though, that's got to be, I want to say, at least 5 years. 5 by 9,
yeah,
I think is acceptable.
5 to 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he played 82 games, 8 goals, 32 assists for 40 points.
Right, and that's on like a pretty bad team.
It's a bad team.
Pretty offensively inept team. So
Also, they pushed him down to the lineup until Doughty got hurt.
yeah.
Like, then he stepped up and showed what he could do. Also, big again, right side defenseman.
Yes. Is there a premium this year?
Yep. Unfortunately, he's not arbitration eligible. So, it's going to get dicey.
Be interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
Your UFAs are Scott Lawton, 32-year-old center, coming off a 5x3. He played 64 games this year, 13 goals, 7 assists, 20 points.
Remember when he got
Joseph,
traded for his first-round pick?
Yep.
Wild.
Remember they sent him away for a third?
Oh, Toronto.
29-year-old
Dum-dums.
winger Matthew Joseph, coming off a 1-year vet man, 51 games played between LA and the Blues. He had 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points, all with the Blues.
Wow.
I think he played
Great.
18 games for LA. Malott, a 29-year-old winger, coming off a 2-year vet min, 58 games played, 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Andrei Kuzmenko, 30-year-old left wing, coming off a 1x4.3. That's, you might get a little pay raise. 52 games played, 13 goals, 12 assists, 25 points. And then they have Mafari. I can't read my handwriting.
I
He's
don't
a
know.
20. He's a 27-year-old left defenseman. He's vetman. He played 15 games. He had 0 points. It's
All right,
Mahabari. Um,
Mavari.
your top players are Adrian Kempe, 81 games played, 36 goals, 37 assists for 73 points. Then you have a huge drop off to Quentin Byfield, who played 79 games, 24 goals, 25 assists for 49 points. And then uh, Alex Laferriere, 82 games played, 21 goals, 23 assists, 44 points. I don't see how this team gets better with
With
Peter
only
Laviolette.
Peter Laviolette, yeah.
Um, so like even if you bring Kuzmenko, who played well with Kempe, like who had flashes, um,
Yeah, this is
like I
this is
just
another team that kind of rushed their rebuild, right?
built wrong. Um,
Because like they really only had a couple of years where they were really bad, right? Like at
yeah,
most.
that they had it and they just ran into Edmonton and then they overcorrected.
Yeah, and now they have to recorrect from their overcorrection,
Yep.
and I just don't. Ken Holland is not the guy to do that.
No, they would have liked to have a Jordan Spence. You got one more year at Dowdy.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Jordan Spence trade from last year is just still a wild, all around decision.
your your defense is Mikey Anderson, Drew Dowdy, top pair.
Yeah.
Joel Edmondson, Brant Clark, and then Dumoulin, CC.
God, what a old slow defense outside of Brant Clark.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mikey Anderson, I don't think is that old, but
Mikey's under 30. He's
yeah,
27.
but
But
him
like,
and Brant Clark are the only ones that are under 30 on that defense. And even if they weren't under 30, none of those guys were ever fast.
no.
Like, as a guy who loves Brian Dumoulin, my man was never fast. And he is certainly a shell of his former self at this point.
Yes, absolutely. Like,
I,
poof. It's just
I'm
not
just
good.
trying to think, like, even a trade that would make sense for them to make it better. Dylan Larkin, maybe.
I mean, you have Fiala back. Like,
Oh, true, true.
losing him to the Olympics was rough, but like,
Oh, right. He like broke his femur at the Olympics or something, right?
yeah.
I don't know how much that really would have helped in the playoffs, but
No, it wouldn't have. But like,
you'll have him back next year. But that's their centers are what Quentin Byfield and then question mark, right?
Laferriere,
Le-
Turcotte, and Hellenus.
yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
So
It's
like
just
they don't have a number one center either. You know, Byfield might become one eventually, but like we're getting to the point where he should have already been that by now.
I don't know. He's still 23.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So he still has time to become a number one center, but like
Yeah,
you
it
should
might not
get
be for this team.
it might not be for this team, but like if you can, you should try to figure out to get somebody that can at least be an okay number one center to kind of shelter Byfield a little bit, give him second line minutes to,
Well,
work some stuff out, but
he's been getting second line minutes, so
okay, well then that's a problem. Who the fuck's getting the first line minutes? Laferriere?
it was Kopitar, but he
Oh,
gone.
of course. Kopitar retired. I forgot. But like, I don't know. Let's take the three-team list out of the equation for the moment for Dylan Larkin. Like, does Dylan Larkin to the Kings even make them that much better?
No,
Probably, but like at least a little better. But
a little
what do they
better.
have to give up to get him? Like, what does fucking Detroit want? Quinn Byfield or Brant Clark,
Yeah.
probably one of those two plus other stuff. So, and they hired Peter Laviolette. Oh, good lord! I wish they had just hired Mike Babcock. That would have been funny too. At least would have made sense with Ken Holland.
Yeah, I would.
I, good God, I really hope the Oilers are a dumpster fire next year because I fucking hate Mike Babcock.
Yep.
All my
That's if he
homies hate Mike Babcock.
that makes if he makes it to past camp this year.
That's a good point. Will he get fired before camp this year? Or how early before camp will he get fired this year? He's already got a pretty good. He already almost has the record for getting fired the fastest out of any coach I can think of.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening as always. We can be found wherever podcasts are found. Give us a rate, review, subscribe, wherever applicable. I don't know. Send us emails or comments or something. I don't know. None of you fuckers do that.
All right. Sorry this took so long. They're used to it.
We will. You guys are used to us rambling. We will see you next week. The Cup Finals might be over by then. We'll see.
Might not be.
Might not be. And we will see you at the same puck time.
Same puck place.
Fuck Mike Babcock.
Bye.